What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. Hello, husband. How you doing?
I'm not shitting, I'm flexing.
I'm glad I appreciate you clarifying.
There's like the cool flexing and the not cool flexing.
Right.
I have like the real aesthetic, fucking, and you just like, just fucking squeeze everything.
In case you didn't already figure out from the title of this video, my husband just demonstrated to you
Effectively.
that today we are here to watch Casually Explained Bodybuilding. I would just like to say that while I admire bodybuilders for their discipline and their prowess at doing their chosen activity, they're scary looking.
Horrifying.
They're terrifying.
Massive people. And they're always really nice.
They're so nice all the time.
All the time.
But like, why?
They're just like, I could shake your hand and break it, but also, how are you doing today?
I'm super excited to get into this. Chavez and I go on these weird, like, video watching things where we'll, like, obsessively watch, like, CrossFit or bouldering.
CrossFit.
Or those guys. You know those guys, they're, like, the strongest guys, and they just go around doing a bunch of, like, strength things.
The strongman competition.
Yes,
yeah. Now, you have not been watching TikTok Sam Sulek videos.
No.
But I've shown you a couple.
Yes.
All right?
And that man is large.
I'm telling large and wholesome. Okay? That's the vibe. I'm looking for some Sam Sulek references here.
I'm thinking we're going to get a Liver King reference.
Oh, Liver Kings. He does eat raw food. I know.
Socrates apparently once said, "It's a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable," which is why it's such a shame he died 2,300 years before Greece was ruled by Kyriakos Grizzly. As you guys probably know by now, I am somewhat of a connoisseur of anything involving jacked men with big egos trying to do something better than some other guy. And while hosting a podcast is a topic for another day, today we're talking about bodybuilding. Now, the vast majority of people who are into bodybuilding just like the idea of getting jacked rather than trying to actually compete, which is a much better objective because you probably won't ever accomplish either. One of the most common reasons guys get into bodybuilding is because they want to get girls, and while you get over that phase quickly, a big reason for this is because many wannabe bodybuilders started their gym journey from the humble and insecure teenage Google search, what body type do girls like in a guy?
Oh my god.
Now, this is an eye-opener because the answer is rarely C-Bum, Ronnie Coleman, or even Arnold, which makes no sense to the average guy who always pushes the character creation slider all the way to the right. For example, for any girls watching right now, I say rhetorically, which do you think is more attractive? A, Brad Pitt in Fight Club, or B, Christian Bale in The Machinist?
Okay, what do we got? We got A or B, Brad Pitt Fight Club or Christian Bale Machinist. And you have to pick. You can't cop out. There's only A, B.
Okay, A.
Okay.
Now that you've locked in your answer, the bodybuilders will reveal how they compare the two, which is of course C. They're the same picture.
So funny.
Just lighting and a pump. Similarly, one of the notorious psychological side effects of bodybuilding is that right now there are currently teenagers who see a Hollywood star like Tom Holland and think, I want to be that ripped one day. But 5 years later, you'll look at Chris Hemsworth as Thor and think, small chest, no traps, lats are okay.
Oh my lord!
Pathetic. 5.5 out of 10. This phenomenon where other people look at you and think, damn, looking huge, bro. But you look at yourself and think, I'm so small, I need to get bigger, is a common side effect of bodybuilding called being correct. Now, in order to cancel out any benefit of the
body dysmorphia? No, it does not. It's either right or wrong.
Now, in order to cancel out any benefit of the BetterHelp sponsorship, I wanted to give you the definitive guide to every possible male body type and whether you can actually look like that naturally or not. Let me just open up my shirtless men folder I've been collecting for exactly this purpose.
Homework.
We all love this one, don't we, boys? Now, the primary determinant in what your body looks like is the volume of muscle on your body and the amount of body fat you have as a percentage of your overall weight. So assuming you're about 5'9", the chart looks roughly like this. If you have a body fat percentage about 10 or below, but also basically no muscle, you'll weigh about 115 to 130 pounds and look roughly like this.
You are a small fella, regardless of your height. That make you a small boy.
It's a little guy.
Little guy. You're a little bro. We hug you soft. That's for your safety, not mine.
By the way, he put himself on Adobe stock images, not my responsibility. As you add on more muscle while maintaining the same overall body fat percentage, you can see you go from Twitch streamer to otter mode, then you're basically jacked to the tits, then diced to the socks, then you eventually get to the final form of anyone with a low body fat percentage, which is actually looking like you lift when wearing a shirt. So the second row is exactly the same progression, except with a body fat percentage of 15 to 20%.
Okay.
Notable physiques in this category include skinny fat, the dad bod, the daddy bod. Then of course you have the power builder, which is either an off-season bodybuilder or a power lifter trying to cut. Then of course the notorious bear mode. I swear I'm not making these up. These are actually established taxonomical classifications.
I don't think that's true.
I will not be Googling any of these terms now, actually. Bro, the hits off Google are going to be fucking nuts.
So then at 25% body fat and higher, we have white collar dad bod, the median American, blue collar dad bod, the true power lifter, and of course transcendent. Now the good news is that first of all, everything in the first column is achievable naturally. All you have to do is as little as possible. Believe it or not, everything I've colored in green is likely achievable natty by nearly anyone. After that, yellow is achievable if you have good genetics or are short, which by the transitive property of bodybuilding means that being short is good genetics. Checkmate male models. Everything in orange is basically always going to require you being on the juice, and everything in red speaks for itself. Roughly speaking, if you're 5'9", natural, have extremely good genetics, have been lifting 10 plus years properly, the biggest you can be is about 175 to 195 pounds at 10% body fat, depending on the size of your bones, muscle insertions, and whether you're built like Adam Anja or Mike Israetel.
I was literally getting ready to bring up this one distinction as well too.
Yeah.
Because like you get into the numbers, really people just want to see the look, you know? And this is it. Like you have your long, skinny, very muscular, very strong people. You just are not going to look like that for how it's setting on your frame. And then you got the short, stout, and you know, a little scary, quite frankly. Yeah, shirts are always going to be too tight. We do not know how to make shirts for that. Okay, it doesn't happen.
As a comparison, Mr. Olympia bodybuilders at the same height frequently get on stage at half the body fat and weigh 240 pounds.
They are doing the exact same, no fucking fat, and then them muscles is juice, boy.
We when I worked at the restaurant on the strip that I was working at, one time they were hosting Mr. Olympia, like at the place across the way. So I remember like I'm just like working in the morning and then just like I have a bunch of freaking bodybuilders coming in to eat. Like, what is going on? Why are you here? Like, but they were all so nice. Apparently they all tipped the servers like really well. They were nice about like waiting for their tables and stuff. Like they were so well behaved for such gigantic people.
And thinking about them cutting weight and stressing about eating almonds makes me want to go eat a quesadilla. I mean, I have so much respect for these guys' regimen too. Like their commitment to the diet is always insane.
It's nuts.
And lifting with them is always so fun. If you have a chance to go, and I've told my wife too a couple times, like some of the stuff we take from what we do at the gym is straight from people that all they do is bodybuild and lift weights. It is such a great experience if you ever want to get into it for a little bit. We do our weight cuts occasionally, and we go fucking hard. And some people, they laugh and joke on the internet. We put in work over here, guys. And if you ever get a chance to try it, dip your toe in a little bit. It's a life-changing experience.
Look at those muscles. That's crazy.
I know. It's nuts, man.
That's crazy.
That's nuts looking.
Being a fan of actual competitive bodybuilding, there are always a plethora of non-bodybuilding fans who say things to me like, so you enjoy watching nearly naked, muscly guys lathered up in spray tan flex next to each other?
That's what they're doing,
Yes. The thing is, if you find yourself spending a questionable amount of time judging the physiques of jack dudes in microthongs, you might say to yourself, wait, I thought I was straight, but maybe I am sexually confused. If this happens, just spend the $10 for Vladislava Galigan's OnlyFans, and you'll immediately realize, nope, now that I'm aware of what actual sexual confusion is, I can say in hindsight I definitely wasn't experiencing it before.
That's cool.
What is her fucking name?
I don't know.
Vladislava what? Slava what?
I find her very admirable.
The roundness of the muscle is so fucking crazy too. It's like they puffed her up.
I want to look like that.
It's just fucking walk out skins. Welcome to the reaction. Just every fucking video. I'm here to crush stuff.
I like worked out like super hard one day, and I worked out arms, and then like the next day I was like walking around. And I told my husband, I was like, I feel like I'm walking kind of funny. He's like, yeah, you're walking like a fucking bro.
She's like walking around like this, like her shoulders aren't coming down, the arms aren't bending. She's picking up shit like this. I'm like, no, I can tell. Oh man, dude, getting a good pump feels so good, man. Like you walk around like, damn, man, I'm feeling this shit out.
Like
dude.
Good.
It's important to know that if you are considering taking steroids or
Maple
testosterone,
syrup.
it doesn't just enhance your ability to build muscle, it comes with a lot of side effects. These are often considered bad by regular people when they're clearly just small and jealous.
Regular people.
These include your muscles growing faster than your tendons and ligaments, resulting in debilitating injury.
Yeah.
This is also known in bodybuilding as suffering from success. Going bald. This is obviously not a problem because you're balding already. Testicular atrophy. Now, when anyone thinks of testicles, they all think the same thing. Guaranteed crit. Finally, this is the opportunity to eliminate that weak spot. Plus, girls will think your dick is bigger because your balls will appear further away.
Oh my
Heightened
lord.
tendency for aggravation.
He made that up. He fucking made that up, I think.
Would you rather get in one fight and lose it, or get in 10 fights and win them? Exactly. Suppressed fluid intelligence. You literally won't be able to tell. If anyone calls you stupid, just fight them. Most people don't consider bodybuilding an extreme sport, but when you bring up skydiving, rock climbing, or heli skiing, most people ask, why do they do it if it's so risky?
Right.
And the athletes always say something like, I love it so much I'd die for my sport.
Nobody, who says that?
In contest bodybuilding, dying is the sport. It's worth it though, because if you're 265 pounds, severely dehydrated, and have 3% body fat, what's the worst that can happen? Yeah, in this case, it is total organ failure, but that's a small price to pay in the grand scheme of things. For now, get that trophy, go to a sushi buffet, gain 50 pounds in a work week, and then live to die another day. Now, if you're looking to get into bodybuilding, here's some advice from someone who's been going to the gym for 10 years. As in physically arriving there, not in terms of progress, obviously. First of all, going to the gym and rapidly progressing for the first few months is like having sex for the first time. You say to yourself, holy shit, this is amazing. I'm sure this is going to continue at the same rate forever. But no, all progress will be halted when you go too hard and get your back blown out.
God damn. I did not think he was going to say it, though.
He fucking went there.
Oh my god.
And normally for Casually Explained, he doesn't quite go there.
Yeah.
So this is a little spicy for him.
He's growing up.
Secondly, there are some immutable facts of bodybuilding that defy conventional logic. For example, nearly all bodybuilders struggle to grow their calves despite doing the optimal training routine, which is 5 sets of seated calf raises at the end of leg day. Frankly, there is nothing else you can possibly do. You just have bad genetics. Should have been Asian or previously obese. Third, in order to bodybuild effectively, you have to go on phases where you gain weight and muscle, and then phases where you cut body fat and maintain as much muscle as possible, and repeat the process for optimal results. Don't be afraid to take your time on this, because if you go too quickly, you'll gain too much fat or lose too much muscle. Personally, I like to do a 3 or 4 month bulk, then a 4 to 5 year period of telling people I'm cutting. Lastly, the most important thing about bodybuilding is that it's not about winning a trophy or getting the honeys. It's about putting on a dress shirt, rolling up your sleeves, and receiving a compliment on your forearms once every few months. It's not about being the most jacked guy at the pool party. It's about achieving negative buoyancy. Ultimately, at the end of the day, like all sports, bodybuilding isn't about the destination. It's all about burning more calories per day so you can eat more.
Ooh, pizza looks good.
Now, if you ever find yourself looking at a picture of Kyriakos Grizzly and thinking, what if I never become this? As a single tear rolls down your cheek, you might want to consider today's sponsor. Better.
You need
Not
therapy. You need therapy.
I'm dead.
Oh, Lord. All right. That about just really sums it up.
Yeah.
And this one went so far on the deep end, I now know for a fact, Casually Explained is a gym bro.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
He's a fitness bro.
Yeah. I had like my inklings before. Like I saw the rock climbing one. I was like, oh, you're kind of close.
Yeah.
But now it's confirmed.
I hope he's not one of those people who goes to the gym with their friends and then instead of working out on the machines that I'm waiting to use, you decide to sit around and talk and not even complete any reps or sets. Just sit there on the machine that I have been waiting to use.
My wife was struggling. I was like, babe, we're so busy. You got to hurry up. She's like, I got to go to the gym. And then like 15 minutes later, I got a text message about gym rats. They're sitting on my machines and they won't leave.
But like then it is not proper gym etiquette to ask them to leave.
Well, yeah, you just go do something else.
That was my last thing I needed to do.
I hear you. You know, just take that stress, internalize it, and use it on the treadmill.
Anyway, I had a great time with this video. Casually Explained is always really fun. I always have a great time watching his vids. Also, it's nice to know that he's a fellow gym bro.
Yeah.
You know? Like, power to the people.
Damn right.
Don't forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below. Other than that, peace out, Hope Biscuits. It's Skittin' Lit.